Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel, U.S. Immigration News. We hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to talk about USCIS issues devastating update impacting Hispanic immigrants. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. The Department of Citizenship and Immigration has released a new update, signaling that more details will follow in the coming days or weeks. Although officials have not clarified when the changes will take effect, they confirmed that the new rule reflects a major shift in how green card applications will be evaluated. According to the early information, the Trump administration is once again taking steps to deny green cards to individuals who rely on government safety net programs. DHS reinstates stricter public charge guidelines. The Department of Homeland Security has formally implemented and communicated a policy designed to make it easier for immigration officers to reject green card applicants who use public benefits, such as Medicaid or food stamps. Under this framework, if a person without lawful status received these benefits and later attempts to adjust their immigration status, immigration officers may deny the green card based on public charge violations. This video is a significant rollback of the Biden-era approach, return of the Trump-era public charge rule. This video represents the latest version of the public charge rule, which now overrides President Biden's more lenient interpretation. The Biden administration had previously eliminated the Trump-era restrictions, restoring a narrow definition of public charge. Now, however, DHS is reinstating the broader criteria from 2019, allowing immigration officers to deny applications if an applicant used a wide range of public programs. These programs include Medicaid, food stamps, and other forms of government assistance. Impact on public benefits and government housing support. The Restore rule goes beyond health and food programs. It also affects those who live rent-free in government-subsidized housing or receive financial support for basic living expenses. Only U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents are allowed to receive such benefits legally. Therefore, if a person applying for a green card has relied on federally funded housing or support, that history could negatively impact their case. Immigration officers may now view such benefits as evidence that the applicant is likely to become dependent on government resources. Officer discretion and case-by-case judgment. The official rule states that officers must consider the totality of the circumstances, giving them broad discretion. Officers can review applicants' records across federal and state public assistance programs. If the applicant received free or subsidized benefits for extended periods, officers may determine they pose a risk of becoming a public charge. In such situations, the green card may be denied. Debate over fairness and abuse of the system. Supporters of the rule highlight concerns about abuse of U.S. safety net programs. They argue that people who entered the country legally and paid taxes wait years for benefits, while others receive taxpayer-funded support immediately after crossing the border. Statements from White House advisor Stephen Miller emphasize that a large share of subsidized housing is occupied by individuals born abroad, 40% in New York City alone. He argues that reducing migration and reinstating strict immigration rules will help lower housing costs for Americans. Advice for those in the immigration process. Because this rule will significantly affect future applications, anyone currently applying for immigration benefits must be cautious. If you are receiving public assistance, it may influence the decision on your case. Understanding the reinstated public charge rule can help applicants avoid complications and better prepare for the immigration review process. Trump administration proposes denying green cards if you use government aid. The United States is set to tighten rules for immigrants seeking permanent residency, with a focus on the public charge rule that has been in effect since December 2022. The Department of Homeland Security, DHS, has drafted a proposal called the Public Charge Ground of Inadmissibility that could deny green cards to immigrants likely to rely on government assistance. The rule will be published on November 19th, opening a 30-day period for public feedback. Under proposed rule, immigration officers would have more authority to assess whether applicants might depend on programs like food stamps, Medicaid, or housing support. If an immigrant is deemed likely to rely on these benefits, their green card application could be denied. Matthew Trugesser, a spokesperson for U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, explained that the rule seeks to rescind the 2022 public charge regulations and restore broader discretion. This allows officers to consider all relevant facts and maintain the long-standing policy that immigrants in the U.S. should be self-reliant. Eligibility for a green card currently depends on factors such as age, health, family situation, finances, skills, education, and past use of certain government benefits. Officers may also review Form I-864, the Affidavit of Support. The new rule would expand these criteria, giving officers greater freedom to evaluate the totality of the circumstances, including family health, financial background, and potential reliance on government programs. This proposal would repeal the Biden-era rule that protected immigrants from being penalized for using certain public benefits. Immigration advocates, including the Protecting Immigrant Families Coalition and Community Catalyst, warn that the change could discourage millions from accessing health care, food assistance, or other support due to fear of jeopardizing their green card status. The Trump administration argues that the goal is to prevent government benefits from incentivizing immigration. Additionally, the administration is reportedly planning further restrictions on green card eligibility for citizens of countries affected by the presidential travel ban, which currently blocks entry from nations including Afghanistan, Myanmar, Chad, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Yemen, and several others. Overall, the new policy marks a significant tightening of U.S. immigration rules, giving officials more discretion to evaluate applicant self-sufficiency while raising concerns among advocates about access to essential public services. That is all for today in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later in the next video. Till then, take care